So on a Chromebook, you have the ability to organize apps within your app launcher and also to add a shortcut to apps on the shelf, which is the area at the bottom of your screen. So by default, you have a shortcut to the Chrome browser, YouTube, and Gmail on your shelf. I'm also using a program right now called Snagit, and you can see that on my shelf because it's open and running right now. But we can take any apps from our app launcher and we can add a shortcut to it on our shelf. So let's say I want easy access to my Google Drive. I can literally just click and drag it down to my shelf. Maybe there's a project that I'm working on that I'm using the photo editor, and I want easy access to that while I work on my project. I can just click and drag it down to my shelf. I also have complete control over what order these are in down on my shelf, and I can remove anything from my shelf. So for example, we don't use Gmail in the Hudson School District, so I'm just going to click and drag it up, and that removes it from the shelf. It's still available in my apps launcher, so I can add it at any time, but it's just not on my shelf currently. Also, as 6th graders, we don't have access to YouTube, so I'm going to remove that one right away too. So if you work in Docs a lot and you want to have quick access to your Google Docs, I can just drag it down and it'll be there for me. So you have complete control over what apps you have a shortcut to on your shelf. We also have the ability to organize apps within the launcher. So you can see that the apps launcher is organized into pages. So if I click on the lines at the bottom of the screen, I can move through the pages. Many of these apps were installed for you by the school district. Some of them you might install yourself. But maybe you want to organize some of these into folders so you don't have quite so many pages. So for example, I might choose to put all of the Google things in one folder. So to create a folder, I literally just have to click and drag one on top of the other. So I can put Docs, Slides, and Sheets and my Drive all in one folder. And if I click on that, I have the opportunity to name it. So maybe I'll call it Google Stuff. And then I can click on the arrow to go back. And then, there's some other Google stuff that we won't be using. So I can take YouTube and Gmail and maybe Google Plus and put those in a folder and just put Google not used. And if I really want those out of the way, I can actually move them all the way to the last page. So you have complete control over what page your apps are on, if they're in a folder, how they're organized, that type of thing, to organize your launcher just the way you want it.